Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. This is Mary at the.meri.atelier, and today is Wednesday, December 18th, and I'm working on postcards. I've been working on postcards. Hi, Lori. I am early. I've been signing on early to make sure that my laptop gets in. I've been having some issues lately with my laptop not getting in. And who else is in here? Hi, Deborah. Good morning. Good morning. Let's have some coffee. I actually woke up at 2 this morning. I went to bed early last night. So I've been working on postcards here. I got the ones that I painted yesterday all, what do you call it? Put white on it. They're ready to stamp. I finished carving my postcard stamp. This is the final one down here. It's got a little issue right in there, but other than that, I'm pretty happy with it. I'm going to stamp off here. Let's see. I want to stamp the Christmas tree on those. I'm ready to edge the border on the back of these. Oh, wow. But these are the ones that I'm keeping for myself. And I want to see how that postcard stamps off on them. So let's get out that brand new stamping platform that we'll put it down here. I might even get to work on my art journal page this morning. Wouldn't that be nice? So here are these. These are the ones I'm keeping. They're not the greatest, but I want to see stamping off this postcard stamp. What did I do with it? I actually put it on an acrylic block. It goes this way. So if I put my postcard here on the 9 and whatever, I guess it's the 6. And if I stamp right in there on that, okay, we'll see how this works. We will see how this works. So I just laugh because it's just, I got such a little spot to work in. Ooh, who else came in here? Hi, Arlene. Hi, Terry Al. Good morning. Good morning, Terry. Lori's in the house. Arlene is here. Terry is here. Deborah is here. Good morning, ladies. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'll probably have to refresh this stamp before I get done. I did refresh it yesterday. So I'm saying if I put it right there. And this is a test postcard, so if it doesn't stamp off nice, it won't hurt anything. Little fussy in there. I probably didn't get that inked up good enough on this side. The P came off pretty good, so I have to make sure I ink this up. Let's try another. Could be the, I didn't get that one. I don't have Christmas trees on those. Let's put Christmas trees on them so I can get these all done and out by the 20th. And today is the 18th, so 18, 19. If I get these all stamped up and varnished today, tomorrow I can address them, and the next day I can mail them. Yay! Except for these are staying here. Now I'm going to put it this way. So is everybody ready for Christmas? Are you ready for Christmas? It's right around the corner. It's right around the corner. I have to, today's my errand day. I have to run errands today, except I'm not going to the Hobby Lobby place, but I might hit the thrift store. I might hit that thrift store just for the fun of it. See what they have going in there. I haven't been to that Catholic one for a couple weeks, I think, or at least a whole week. I should use what I have. I try to. I'd like to get these postcards off of my desk. If I get them off of my desk, then I've got this project accomplished. Yay. And I will have actually done something and finished it this month. I just feel like this month has been nothing but run, 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 run. Go this way, go that way, go this way, go that way. You got the most presents wrapped. I did a little wrapping this morning when I got up. I had to make myself do it, though. I have to tell you. I had to make myself do it. And once I got started, I was having fun, but I'm going, I don't know if I want to wrap presents. There we go. Now, let's see if I can improve this. It was in there that I didn't get stamped too well. And no, I'm not going to make you sit and watch me stamp 90 postcards. Just a few. Ooh, that came off nice. I'm pretty happy with that. There's one little spot right there, which would be right, where would that be? I don't see it on here. We'll see where it's coming off, right? There. No. That came off pretty good. So I just have to apply a lot of pressure to it. It's what didn't, that first one didn't get ink so good. Let's do another one and then I'll stop. Oh, I'm pretty happy with it. I'm not the greatest with carving letters. I'm still learning, but this fails. These are ones I have to stamp the tree on. I think I'll do that right now. Oh, and get that done. Let's get it done. And then I have two here that I didn't get painted. I'm going to paint those. Won't take me but a minute. And I'll set those aside to dry. I get more done here in the mornings. I was thinking I'd like to carve one of those pocket, you know, the cone pockets, the Victorian cone pockets that sit on the Christmas tree. I'd like to carve one of those. We'll see. Today is Wednesday, so I can't dilly-dally with all my time because I can't go until 9 o'clock. Let's put it that way. Are you buffering? I'm sorry. I don't know. It's the internet. I wish I could fix the buffer. Someday, I would think that maybe, just think 10 years from now. Of course, it could get worse, but I don't think it will. 10 years from now, this buffering may be a thing of the past. Buffer? What's that? What do you mean, Mr. Buffer? I don't know. Technology has grown so fast. It'll be interesting to see where it goes in the next 10 years. 10 years ago was 2009. Gosh, I didn't even have my YouTube channel 10 years ago. I wonder if I hope I have it 10 years from now. Gosh, can you imagine 10 more years of videos? And let's see, I've been on 6 years, and I've got, well, let's just say 2,200 videos. So 6 into 22 will go, what? Well, just 3.5, something like that. So it'd be about 350 videos a year, right? Which is just averages out about a video a day. Maybe less than that, because let's just say even 250 a year, cut it down 100. I have to do my math in my head. I'm not that great at it. 6 years, probably about 250 videos a year, averaging. So the next 10 years, if I do 250 videos a year, yeah, that doesn't make much sense to me. My head can't do all this math in the morning. Then get a numberal feel on here and say, Mary, it's this, blah, 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 blah. I have to draw it out on paper. So I failed at my math lesson this morning. Let's go back and do art. I think about how listening to music has changed. iPods, now you can play music on phones. Yeah, isn't that something? And phones, oh my goodness. Phones have turned into mini computers. Probably cost just about as much too these days. I don't think you can get well, you can probably get a cheap phone, like you can get a cheaper computer. So I have to run errands today. I don't know if it'll be my last trip before Christmas or not. Christmas is a week from today. 7 days from the 18th is the 25th. It's right around the corner. All are going to be up and unwrapping all your presents. And I'll probably stream the Tuesday before Christmas Eve day, unless I oversleep. I don't have any plans. Well, we have plans on Christmas of going for dinner, but that'll be later in the day. It won't be at 4 o'clock in the morning. I'd probably get run off of the place at 4 o'clock in the morning. They probably wouldn't answer the door at 4. Oh, I don't know, though. My nephew works at different shifts. I don't know if he's working the afternoon, night, or morning shift. But if he works the morning shift, he's got an hour drive to work, or a 45-minute drive to work. So he's got to get up pretty early in the morning. Your phone costs more than your computer. Yeah. Terry says she's usually not up this early. What woke you up? Let's see. Deborah said things are changing. River buffered. Arlene was buffering. Yeah, I'm getting better at. I had to struggle with that postcard stamp, but I got it. In the end, I got it. This gets a little boring, but I'm about there. So I want to work in my jam journal. I didn't get that done yesterday. I want to work in my December journal, my big journal. I'd like to get these postcards done. I'd love to get them done and off of my desk. And let's see. I didn't do much. Well, I'll tell you, I spent all yesterday afternoon working on these postcards. I had 28 of them left to put the white on. And I finished carving that postcard stamp. And before I knew it, it was supper time. And then I watched a couple Christmas movies in the evening. Got a little bored with that, so I listened to some internet radio and fell asleep. I fell asleep kind of early last night, so that's why I was able to get up early this morning. I knew I had those presents to wrap, and I just kept putting it off. And I said, I can't put it off anymore. So I got up this morning and made some coffee and had a fig bar and wrapped my presents. And good morning to everybody who's watching. How's your mom doing? Terry, Lori's asking how your mom is doing. I did watch some videos while I was working on. I watched an old Lawrence Welk show. I can remember when I was younger, in my younger days, when I went to university, I worked a part-time job at local nursing home. in the evening, they'd always watch Lawrence Welk. And that brought back memories. What? Not so much of Lawrence Welk as the nursing home. It was a Lawrence Welk Christmas show. So I watched that, and I listened to Lisa finish her wildlife stamp art journal. I listened to that. What else did I listen to? Various things. Some shorter videos. Watched a little of the news. I like to watch the news just to stay tuned to what's happening out in the world. This is the last one. There we go. I'll have to refresh that pad before I do the postcard stamps, the postcard words. So the other thing I want to do, and I probably have to get one out. So I'm not going to go hunting for them. Let's go here and get one. I know they're peeking out here. What I want to do is I want to put gold. And I decided I was just going to use, these Pen Plus Gear. Because, yeah, so let's get a fresh one. Yeah. Let's get a fresh one. And I'm just going to edge these with gold. And I'd like to smear some red where this postcard stamp is going. So I might come back and do that. That's going to work, I think. It's got a little tear there. And some of these will have paint on the back of them, but a handmade postcard, that's how it goes. Maybe if I start down here and go up. Terry says yesterday was bad. She couldn't get around and her mind was out there more so than usual. Oh, I'm sorry, Terry. I tell you, my heart goes out to caregivers. You have a big responsibility. I know my mom lived with me for about 2.5 years before we finally I could not work. I had to work to pay my rent. Nobody was going to pay my rent for me. And finally, we had to put her in a home. Both my brothers were working. My sister had passed away, so there was just no way. And we found, my younger brother, did find a nice home for her. But my heart goes out to you. My mother had dementia, and while she lived with me, it wasn't bad, but it just progressively got worse, as it does. Hi, Cheryl. You're up early. Lori said, it makes me realize how blessed I am. My mother is 93. Oh, Lori, that's cool, and still lives alone. Just now thinking she shouldn't drive longer distances. How far are you from her, Lori? Cheryl's popped in. Terry said, I had to quit my job living off of one income with a hubby trucker stays on the road a lot. Yeah, you give up a part of your life to take care of your parents or to take care of a family member. That's a sacrifice, and you should be applauded for doing that. I mean, that's really an unselfish thing. Unfortunately for me, I couldn't do that. The old house where my parents owned was no longer livable. My brother was starting to tear it down. And I had to work to pay the rent. But one good thing was she could still stay alone when she was living with me. I didn't worry about her being alone. She hated to see me go to work in the morning, though. She liked to have me there with her. Yeah. She was always there when I know. One night I came home and she was so quiet and everything. And I asked her what was wrong, and she said she left the coffee pot on. She wanted to make some coffee. Oh, I know what happened. She used I had like a Mr. Coffee thing with the glass decanter, and it had a plastic handle. And she put it on the electric burner, and that would have been okay, but it melted the handle. And I guess she thought she was going to burn down the place. She caught it, but I said, Mom, any one of us could have done that myself. And I think that made her feel a little better, but she was feeling bad about it. She was still pretty good when she lived with me. She wasn't too bad as far as, but it did get to the point to where she needed 24-hour care. Or saying good morning to Cheryl. Is everything okay? I think so, Cheryl. Hi, Sue. Good morning. You're 1.5 miles from your mother? That's good, Lori. So you're pretty close to her, so you can check in on her or visit her. I'm edging postcards here. Just with a stream of gold. Go, go, go. Pen plus gear. When you have this many to do, it's good just to use a marker. Sue is in the house. Terry's here. Lori's here. Cheryl's here. Hi, Hildegunn. Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, I think Aunt Beck's going to be on this afternoon, so I want to get out of the house and get all my errands run so I can get home by 2, so I can watch Aunt Beck. I missed her last week. No, I did watch her last Wednesday. I missed her last Thursday. That was it. She did her Dirty Dozen on Thursday. And I watched her on Wednesday. I think she was finishing her cards or something Wednesday, or she was doing some sort of a project. I've got a stack of these to do. I'll try to stream tonight. I don't know what Lucia's plans are. We'll have to find out what she's thinking. Oops, I was gonna. You went to bed at a good time last night. So you got some rest last night, huh? Good for you, Cheryl. Good for you. I fell asleep last night at a good hour too. Family Christmas movies, the romance ones, I get a little tired of those. I wouldn't mind one or two, but 20 of them. I don't know. They seem to think they should do all those romance ones at Valentine's Day, but no, they got to do them at Christmas. The one I watched last night, I don't know what the name of it was, but I watched on Pluto. Pluto is a free TV. You don't have to pay for it. It's an internet thing. I can get it on my phone. And has a lot of older movies on it. And this one was about Santa Claus losing the magic bauble, or ornament, round ornament, bauble. They called it a bauble, off the back of his sleigh. He crashed his sleigh and it fell off. And a little boy found it. And it matched the one in the Christmas story that his daddy had read to him. So he knew that man looking for his lost bauble was Santa Claus. And of course, you know, his dad ran a toy factory that was going under. Traditional Christmas story, and Santa and the pretty lady eventually saved the day. There was always a pretty lady and a young man in there who's lost his wife. That's how those Christmas stories go, you know. There's got to get a little romance in there. But I enjoyed it. It was a good family type movie. I enjoy those. Sappy, corny shows, corny movies, but I'm a sucker for them, especially at Christmas time. And I watched one the other night where Mrs. Santa went to Las Vegas. Lady supposedly find the young man of her dreams because to fulfill the little girl's wish, her mother needed a new boyfriend. I don't know what happened to the dad. I suppose he died too. And of course, the boyfriend was always there, you know, the boy next door type thing. I'm telling you, the ending of all these stories. Left, and then he realized that Mrs. Claus was gone, and then he felt guilty, so he followed her to Vegas. Was looking all over for Vegas, and of course the owner of the casino noticed the big red ruby around Mrs. Claus's neck and was doing everything to get there. You know the ending of that one too. They renewed their vows, and Lori says, how advanced is her lung cancer? The dementia is kind of a blessing at this point. Maybe it helps not to remember the cancer. Oh, hi, Rhonda. Good morning, Rhonda. Hi, Valerie. Good morning, Valerie. Terry says, I have a few friends and family watch her once while Amazon is my best friend. Yeah, you need that break, Terry. You need those breaks that give you time to yourself. That's one thing I learned. I'm glad you do that. I'm glad your families do that. Hildegunn popped in. Sue is here. Good morning, Sue. Did I miss anybody else here? Rhonda's in the house. Whoops. Arlene says, I enjoy the classic Christmas movies like Frosty and Rudolph, but it seems like never one's a romantic in nature. Yeah, those romance ones, I don't know. They seem to be an awful lot of Christmas romance. Now, I don't have anything against romance, but good grief, 20 of them? Let's get more family type shows. That's, even at my age, I like the kids shows. I'm an adult watching kids. This is fun. Actually, it really does look nice on these cards to edge them like this with the gold pen. Really gives it a nice border. And these pin plus gears do a nice job. They do a nice job. But I noticed that Walmart isn't keeping them in stock. And I'm going, order some more, please. They probably want you to buy the Sharpies. They got all kind of Sharpies sitting there on the shelf. I'm going, more pin plus gear. Of course, then they'll probably raise the price again. Once they find out how much I like them, they raise the price. So don't listen to me, Walmart. I truthfully think they give the Sharpies a run for their money. Walmart stocks those big packs of 36 of them. And that's fine, because I know I'll use them eventually. Well, that little pile's done. Didn't take too long to do those. I need to ready to write and address and send. That'll be my job for tomorrow. Well, I'll try to get them varnished today. So that little pile is... Oh, we've got a big pile here to go. What a joy. Let's do them in little piles. 1, 2. I won't bore you through all of these. I'll just do one more pile here. 3. This will be the 4th one. Oh, if I split them up into smaller piles, it seems like I get through them faster. I don't feel like I have so much to do. Whoops. Well, that one didn't go so great. Let's see if I can't do that better. So I'm way behind in my December jam journal. I thought I'd work in it this morning. I think I'm on day 7 and 8. I'll get working on that. What's going on out there? Arlene says she loves her some Grinch. So you kind of know that I go through then, Cheryl. I'm sure your pain gets bad too. Oh, Ion's Christmas lineup is yucky this year. I can describe almost all of them at the same time. Every day, American Girl gets a relationship with a royal guy. Yeah. Oh, you have fibro and your nerves get fired up. See, that's something I don't deal with. So my heart goes out to you guys who suffer with all of that. Every now and then I'll get a pain in my toes. My skin moisturized, but when it gets dry, it gets itchy. But I don't think I suffer like some of you do. Well, I know I don't. I don't suffer like some of you do. Oops. And Rhonda sent me some of those postage stamps. And I was thinking there was a round one that I could ink up with red and put right there and then put the postcard stamp over it. And maybe that would make it prettier. I want quite as soon have a flag or George Washington's head or something. I want to have a seashell all the time for Christmas. I want a Christmas tree. And as postcards get more expensive and letters get more expensive, won't be long and they'll be saying we need to raise our rates to 60 cents for a letter, I'll bet you. I couldn't imagine sending, well, let's say I've got 80 here that I'm going to send. At 55, if they were letters and it cost me 55 cents, it would cost me between $40 and $50 to send Christmas greetings. Well, here they're postage stamps I think are 37 cents. Times 80 would be probably between $25 or $30 to send what I have. But if they get more expensive, can't even afford to send a letter anymore. No, that one on my hand. That's just paint, though. That's just paint. There's only one there. Done. It doesn't take long to do these once I get started. 2 more. I suppose I could probably spend an afternoon doing this, though. But I have to run off to the bank today. Run off to the post office. There we go. We'll quit boring you. Where's my cap? I'll let that ink pen think a little. Okie dokie. Those are done. Where did I put one? So I got these all. It didn't take long to do a stack of them. I have to stamp postcard stamps on them, but these are all edged and stamped. I go this way. All right. All righty. Let's move on. Let's move on. What shall we do next, Mary? Have a cup of coffee. Have a sip of coffee. That is good. What are y'all talking about now? Cheryl, the blanket on the low soothes the pain so that she can sleep. Oh, that's good. Hi, Santa. Good morning. Terry says, I'd love to have a hot bath just to be able to soak in one. Yeah. That sounds glorious. That sounds glorious. Let's paint the back of Susanna's envelope. Let's do that. And maybe paint the background of a couple others. This is all ready to go. I'll have to take the blue paper out here. I put this blue paper in here, so how it's sticking here, I didn't want those two envelopes to stick shut, so I put a piece of blue paper in there. And that's okay, because it'll seal down that way. However, what I want to do while I'm working on this is kind of take a little piece of tape here and double it over. Oh, now I'm buffering. Put it down like that. All right, Mr. Buffer. About time to refresh you. I don't have much going here. And add buffering bad. Gone out and try again. Yep. I was buffering too, Terry. Skip bad. Go to live chat. Good morning, Anne. Good morning, Anne. All right. Let's see. I think I need to refill my... I used most of this yesterday while I was... Which one was I using out of? I think I was using out of this one. While I was doing the rest of those postcards. Refill my fine liner. And I put this paint in there straight up No water, no diluting it. You can dilute it if you want, but I like it, use it just in its, I like to use it just like it is. And you don't fill it clear to the top. I've learned that. You need to leave a little air in there for it to squirt out nice. But this was getting pretty empty. There we go. You can always put more in. So, what I learned on this is they're going to treat this like a letter. If I don't pack, just put some papers in here. And so I'm going to leave a place for the stamp up here, the address here, and the return address there. So let's do the return address. Let me pull my sleeves up so I don't get paint all over my hands. I tried drawing your tatty Christmas tree. It's hard to do. Oh, and just think little figure eights. Get a piece of here. Think little figure eights. So you kind of just draw. I don't know if you can see it too well, but think loop, 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 and then just come out of that and figure eight, and just think figure eights. In fact, just get a piece of paper and just do some really loose ones. Do them big if you have to. That's usually how I make them. And I usually do come and do one vertical like that, just like a written E, and then come down and do the bottom part. And then I usually go over here and do the right-hand side and then the left-hand side. And so I kind of have to cross back over. And you just kind of do a bunch of figure eights. That's all you're doing. Let's put a return address spot up here. And let's leave a place for a stamp in there. I'll just have to leave it. And then the address portion is going to go in here. Okay, I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to make the swirls here. Like this. I like to make these corner swirls too. On these. Especially on the front. And let's do one coming this way. I tell you, they get easier. The more you practice, the easier they get. It's just think doodle. Just don't try so hard. I find when I try to do things really hard, I usually go, ugh. And let's see, we're going to leave a place for her postage in here. And let's just draw another line for the postage. The lady that I usually take it to will know. Okay. And let's do some loop-de-doops in here. Really, all I'm doing here is doodling. I'm just doing doodles on them with my fine line paint applicator. And these are just little loops going around the address portion. And I think I'll do a double. I kind of like the double line in here. Let's do some little loops in here. Doesn't have it. You know, and you don't have to use a fine liner to do this stuff. You can do this with a marker just as well as you can with the fine line paint applicator. Might be a little bit harder with a paintbrush, but a marker would, a Sharpie marker would work on, well, maybe not on an acrylic background, but on a plain envelope. Okay, I think I want some dots in here. They're fun to do. These are fun to do. Let's put some dots in there. And I tell you what, Anne, if you would look, if you could see the first envelope that I ever did, you would see, like I was saying yesterday, the more of these that you do, the better you get at them. And the more you learn the little tricks and hints to do what you want to do. Yeah, I get texture with the liners. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. You get the texture with the, especially if you use undiluted paint. That's a good point. Let's see. I think I'm going to put a little dot above each of these. You get the texture with the liners. And I find more so with the white craft paint. It depends on the type of paint that you buy. The craft paint has more time. Even some of your craft paint can be pretty thin. But white, probably black a little. Sometimes, but I tend to use the white. All right, should I do a little one in here? I feel like I need to put another one on these. Now, see, that really wasn't a very pretty line there. But you just leave it what it is. What it was is what it is. And you just keep going. And I'm on the flap here, so it's kind of hard to get a very pretty line. But in the end, your eye kind of blends all this together. And sometimes if you don't have sometimes your nozzle will catch on your envelope and it will bend the line in ways you didn't intend. Oh, but there you go. That's the way it goes. Alrighty. Now let's do the tatting around the edge. And sometimes I tend to want to go too fast. And when I do that, my little loops get sloppy. So if I just slow down, now see I'm at the flap of the envelope here. I think this is the bottom flap. And my nozzle wants to catch on it. And let's just bring that across to make a little one in there. And I wouldn't say all of mine were gorgeous, but you learn as you go. Oops. See, I goofed that one. Oh, well. And I do think I want to put one in here. Right in there, maybe, just to kind of bring it down. Okay, let's do little dots in here along the border. The dots make it fancy. I like to put little dots on it. I figure they fancy up the envelope. I like my dots. I should do a slow motion. Maybe I'll make a video of doing these, maybe even a tatted tree. And maybe I'll do that. Because sometimes if you get comfortable doing these, sometimes I get too fast and get too sloppy, but sometimes you can get a certain pace to doing them. Maybe I'll do that. Make a video of me doing one, and then instead of speeding it up, slow it down so you can see the path that I take. Not of an entire envelope, but maybe of the tree or just a line of loops. Oh, Dorinda. Is it Dorinda? Do I have that right? Welcome, welcome. How are you this morning? You're the blue lady, Cheryl? Citron green is her favorite pink, is Arlene's favorite color. Cheryl likes blue. Danina. I wanted to call you Dorinda. Danina. Good morning, Danina. Good morning. Welcome. Thanks for popping in. Ooh, put my hand in it. Oh, I'm glad I rolled my sleeve up or it'd be right on my sweater. I'm painting an envelope for Suzanne with my fine liner. We got the other side with a tree on it. You've probably seen them on my thumbnails. And then I'm just about done putting in the dots here. I like to go in and put in my diagonals. My video couldn't slow it down. I'll do a little tutorial on it and slow it way down so that keep putting my hand in it. It's cool to the touch, but it is drying. Time to feed the critters, Terry? Okay, have a great day. At 3:23, I would not be able to spell either. Hi, Shelley. Good morning. Good morning. You have 1 week to wrap those presents, to write your letter to Santa. Better get it done. Bake that fruit cake. Frost those sugar cookies. Send those postcards. Mary. You just started shopping for Christmas dinner. We usually, my brother will give money to his son for his granddaughter, and they get her gift, and I usually give her some money. She likes to have her little card of money, you know, kids do. They open it up and there it is. But the adults, we don't really change gift anymore. I was thinking about getting my brother some new pillows for his bed. His pillows are ready to be tossed. And he gets used to them. You know, he thinks they're okay, and I'm going, nope, they're ready for the trash. So he won't do it himself. So I might just go get him. I was thinking about getting him a Mr. Pillow or My Pillow, that guy with that makes those pillows. I was thinking about, because I think you can get those like at the home store, or I think you can even get them at Menards. Oops, let's, I think it was a line in here. I think this envelope's about done. There we go. So that's that side, and of course I did it backwards, but that's okay. It'll be cut up anyway. This is this side, and that's that side. So we'll put that aside to dry, and when it dries, we'll varnish it good. It probably will go out when I send out the postcards. Let's finish painting. Let's finish painting this one. I just wiped my paint brush off on it yesterday. Where's that piece of blue paper? I'll put that. Paper in there. Put the cap back on my fine liner. Do you live out west, Dorinda? Or you live in the west or on the east coast? In the west or the east or central U.S.? I don't know why I think you're in Oregon, but for his neck, good wife. I'm his sister. I'm his sister. Bless his heart, he's given me a roof above my head so I don't go homeless. He says, you can't sleep in your car. It gets cold in the wintertime. He's a good brother. He lost his significant other to cancer in 2013. And when I lost my job and needed a place to go in 2015, he said, I've got this big house with all these rooms. I don't want you sleeping out on the street. So he gave me a place to stay. Good brother. Good brother. I've been very thankful for a roof over my head, and I tell him that. He wanted to go ice fishing yesterday, and I said, you're not going alone. I won't let you. Because it's really not that cold here for Cody to go ice fishing. I'm going to get water on this brush because this is pretty thick paint. This is a heavy-bodied acrylic, but it is pretty. This is, Suzanne sent this to me to have a Prussian blue, Artesia Premium. Artesia Premium. Boy, it's a nice paint. Yeah. So he called one of his fishing buddies that he goes ice fishing with. But that guy works, and he said, well, on the nicer days, he usually works. He works out. He says he's probably working. And he was. And I said, well, I don't want you going alone. I said, wait until his grandson said that he'd go fishing with him. And I said, you wait till somebody can go with you or I'll worry all day. So he did. And I was relieved. I didn't want him going ice fishing alone when the ice still was, you never know. I said, if you fall in, I said, if it was just a cow pond, I'm going to dry this. Heat gun alert. you, Dorinda. They're saying good morning to Shelley. Good morning to everybody. If I miss saying good morning to somebody, good morning, good morning. I try to catch you, but I usually find there's always somebody I miss. There's always somebody I miss saying good morning to or hello, and you just feel like I think I'm ignoring them, and I'm not. This dries pretty fast. It's pretty thick in here. This is a nice paint. Linda! Hello, Linda. Hello. I haven't seen you for a while. What's up over there in that part of the world? What you doing? What are you working on? Don't tell me you're in a funk. Don't tell me you're in a funk. Don't tell me you lost your mojo. Hello, Linda. I'm painting envelopes. I'm working on postcards. It's still a little sticky in here. Linda's laughing. In the bad mojo. Don't you tell me that. Did you get all your house decorating done? Weren't you painting you were painting your bedroom, if I remember. And did you paint all your rooms? I think that's when you lost your mojo, is when you started doing your painting your walls. What'd you do? Paint you need to come to more screens doing a little doodle or something. Get that mojo back. You do beautiful art, Linda. You do nice things. I don't want to hear it about a lost mojo. You just got to work yourself through it. Okay, let's do this side. Let's push this down a little. And I just wiped my brush off on this because I just cleaned my brush that, like, only I cleaned it with, I had water on it yesterday. So let's paint this up. I'd like to use all this paint on envelopes. Suzanne sent this to me, and I'd like to share it with folks by doing painted envelopes. I might paint me a postcard or something with it. This is a really nice premium Prussian blue. It's a heavy bodied paint, but it's an acrylic, but I certainly don't need much on here. And it takes water well. It's a Prussian blue. It's a dark, 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 dark blue. And I probably may have even too much on. I put that piece of paper in there to keep my envelope from sticking to the inside. Let's see. I don't think I've given one of these to Rhonda. Maybe I'll do this one for Rhonda. She sent me a big box of stuff, of things, stamps and a plate and a beautiful art journal that she made. So Rhonda, I'm going to do this one for you, but we have to kind of let it dry if you're still in here. Cheryl said, I did painty papers, brown paper journal. In my journal, I took a pencil and started finding an image in one of the painty papers. There you go. See? That's how your muse comes back. Hi, Kimberly. Good morning. I'm going to set this aside and get what I can off my brush here. Don't want to waste that beautiful paint. It'll just be an undercoat. And then I'll paint over this. No sense in putting that in the brush in the water while it's... Okay, let's dry this side off a little. Shall we do one for Rhonda? I think I owe Rhonda a nice thank you. Don't you think? I think the envelope cannot match that beautiful package you sent me, but it'll be sent with good thoughts and as a thank you. And you can cut this up. When you get these envelopes, you can cut them up and make art journal pages or use them in your art. Do whatever you want. They're just envelopes. To me, they're just a painted envelope. Once they leave my desk, they're yours. Yeah, Rhonda sent me a beautiful handmade album that she wants me to use when I go out urban sketching. So I'll try to do that. I don't do much urban sketching in the wintertime, although we really even haven't had bad weather yet. That usually hits us bad in January. That really deep cold hits us toward the end of January. We usually get a couple of weeks of it, and then February is still cold, and then March starts thinking about spring again. March, April, and May. By May, we're ready to garden again. It's getting dry. You're not typing much. You're almost done with nursing care. Christmas cards. Cool, Rhonda. She says hello to everyone she's missed. Linda McAllister. Is it Rhonda? Do you know Linda McAllister? Linda's over in the Netherlands. I don't know if you've met her in other chats or not. Kimberly's here. Good morning, Kimberly. Linda says, my muse is in love with Netflix. And she's Christmas movies. Yeah, I've been watching some of those Christmas movies too. We were talking about how there are so many romance ones. I want more family kid ones. All right, I think I can flip this over and paint on the other side. I think it's dry enough. And it's got some little white flecks on it, but by the time I do the white on it, it won't. It's a little sticky over here. Let's give it another shot with the heat gun here. Rhonda's doing Christmas cards for a care center, a nursing home. Is that what you're doing, Rhonda? I love Linda says my muse is in love with Netflix. Oh. Rhonda says, I only type during your stream, though, because you're usually doing art. Well, thank you for talking to us, Rhonda. We appreciate it. Someone was talking about date bread. Cheryl says she's never had date bread. I think I might have had it once or twice. Oh, your tablet is a pain to type on. Yeah, kind of like my phone here. Linda's going to go get lunch. Yeah, Aunt Beck inspired you to make all those cards? I think Aunt Beck made like 50 cards and took them to her mother's area care home. All right, we'll start out with, we're going to do the Christmas tree for you, Rhonda. And Anne, I'm going to go slow here so that you can watch, but I'll try to do a video where I zoom in and go slow too. So I start up here. I want to leave room for star. So I start right in here and do a figure 8. Like that. Let's zoom in a little. Just zoom in. Come on. Where's my camera settings? They're hiding. No, I don't want to close my browser. I want to minimize it. There they are. Plus. One more plus, so you can see what I'm doing. Come on. There. Now I'll have to move my camera down because I'm comfortable there. So let's move my camera down. Is that the right way? Somebody sent me a message. I can't see what's happening there. Okay. So I made one up here at the top. So I'm just going to start the second row. And I just do a figure 8, loop on top, come down and do a figure 8, loop on the back. Then I go to the right side, figure 8, and then to the left side. It's just a little four petaled flower. And then I come out and I do another one, same thing. Sometimes it goes over, like there, petal went over the other petal. And then let's do the third. That's all it is figure 8 petal flowers. But I come over here and do the right side before I do the left side. This being my right hand and this being my left hand. So I kind of come back through the flower. The vertical upper, the vertical lower, the right, the left, around and through, upper, lower loop, right loop, left loop. And I'm just going to let that fly off. Now let's do another one. Upper loop, lower loop, right loop, left loop. Upper loop, lower loop. Oh, don't be silly, Mary. That's all there is to it, really. A little flat, my envelope is a little sticky, just a little. All right. And then see how I got this petal coming way down? If I have to go over it, I don't mind, or if it gets in my way, it just gets blended in with the rest of them. And then I just keep going. And now I'm working horizontally here from left to right. But when I do the borders, I sometimes go vertically. We'll do the border here after I get my trees done. And since this is a tree, I want it to have wider branches at the bottom. You just got to think of it as a bunch of doodled flowers kind of stacked up in a triangle, because that's all it is, really. But by the time you get done, it's a Christmas tree. I have fun doing these. I have fun doing them. And I want to share the paint that Suzanne sent me. Let's put one more row on here. And don't worry if you make a mistake, it'll blend in with all the other mistakes. There. Let's put a star on the top. And it's just kind of a doodly, scratchy star. It's not meant to be perfect. This one looks like it's waving at you. There we go. And then I come over here and do a smaller tree. Now this needs to fold. I can see the fold line here. Get my paper out of the way. I'll fold it right here, I guess. Will that be good enough? I think so. Okay, let's do a smaller one over here. Might need to clean your nozzle off a little after running it through the paint. Wet paint can clog up the nozzle. That's really all there is to it. You just keep putting the loops on there. I generally don't work right to left. I generally work left to right. I might have a couple times worked right to left subconsciously. I don't know if I've done that or not. Let's put another row on here. And then I do my, I think I have room to put in some little loops in here. My snowbank comes up in here. Oops, that one got a little close to each other. I'm going to let it run down underneath of the tree here. Sometimes I got these closer together than I normally do. I got more room over here than I usually have. There we go. Now I do a snowbank over here. And I like to let this one curve up a little. Oops, this. Let it go up here a little. And any white specks on this get worked in. Look like a part of the page. Now we're going to let it come down here this time. And then I like to put in these are kind of stars, but I call them cracks on my ice pond. I think they add a certain element to this page, to these envelopes. I'm going to zoom out a little again. And go back up so that you can see the entire envelope. There. Ooh, that one fairly thick. There we go. And now I'm ready to do the border, I think. Oh, let's put a star on this one and some star shine. Need some star shine. And like I said, these stars get a little scratchy up here. They're just wilderness stars. Yeah, some star shine. Let's start with the border. I think I tend to work more from top when I'm doing the vertical ones, top down. And they're not always perfect. Sometimes I think I turn my page too when I do this. Yeah. Top down this way. And these trees are not decorated yet. Think of them as an undecorated Christmas tree. They still need their decorations. Just think of this as a white thread. one in there. Oh. Okay. Let's put a little one there. Let's work on these trees a little more. I need some little branches coming out here. I forgot to put my branches in them. Yeah, I got paint off of my nozzle here. Now I'm going to put a little white in here just because when I run that red, it needs a contrast for it to show up. There's branches in here. I'm just kind of scratching the branches in there. Let's put some white dots in here. Help the red dots to show up. Better. And I like to put little dots around the border. I feel like that closes it in, borders it in. Makes it fancy. Makes it fancy. Fancy dancy. What y'all talking about? Arlene says, I just finished breakfast. Oat biscuits and coffee. Ooh, sounds good. Linda says, what do you want then? Let's see. Arlene says, wow, that's why I'm not hungry. Hi, Carla. Good morning. Arlene, we did eat a fried egg and a sandwich with ham and a smoothie. Ooh, that sounds good. Valerie, just regular craft paint. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Arlene. Yeah, it's just regular apple barrel craft paint that I get at Walmart, and I put it in a fine line paint applicator. I get these at Hobby Lobby in the model car department, and it is called fine line paint applicator. You can get a lot of different kinds of paint applicators, but this is the type that I like to use. It's got a pretty long, maybe about an inch long nozzle. This is the standard tip. They call it an 18 gauge standard. You can get a 20 gauge fine point, but when I use my craft paint, I do not dilute it, so the standard seems to work the best for me. And that's what I use. And I have a nice little collection of them now. If you keep the nozzles clean, you won't have a problem. And if you use this paint, try to use fresh paint. Don't use paint that sit around for 6 or 7 months, because you know how it can get gunky, and the gunk will clog up the nozzle. The other thing that will clog up the nozzle is when you drag it through wet paint, when you drag your nozzle through wet paint. But if you have to, sometimes just, make sure you keep wiping off the nozzle so it doesn't clog it up. Those are my best thoughts about these. I use these all the time. I learned about them several years ago from Gina Ahrens, of all people. Yeah. Gina was using this one day, and I go, what is that you're using? And the rest is history. She told me what they were, just like I'm telling you. Well, where can I get it? Well, Dick Blick sells them. Amazon sells them, and I get mine at Hobby Lobby. Every month I run my errands like I'm going to today, but I'm not going to Hobby Lobby today. I went last week. But I usually throw in, these will cost you retail, but empty. They're just empty bottles, but they'll last you a long time. For $4.99 at Hobby Lobby. And I get them in the model car department. You have to go to the model car aisle to get them. That's where they put them, in my Hobby Lobby. And you think $4.99 is a little hefty price for an empty bottle, but they're well worth it. They'll last and last and last. Do not wash them in Murphy's oil soap. Do not wash these in Murphy's oil soap, because it'll loosen the whatever glue or whatever adhesive that is holding this nozzle in. Your Murphy's oil soap, if you let it soak, it gets them clean, but it loosens up that adhesive. And when you start to use it again, when you're doing like what I'm doing, that tip fell right down into my bottle. It just ruined it. And I had to replace 3 or 4 of them because I thought I was being smart by washing them out in Murphy's oil soap. That was not a good thing to do. So I learned my lesson the hard way. Just use a mild soap and water to clean them. I use Dawn dishwashing liquid. Okay, let's do the diagonals. That really adds to it. I feel like these pull your eye up to the trees when I put these in. It says, look, Christmas trees. Now, see, I drag my nozzle through wet paint when I go back. But if you do that, kind of clean your nozzle off frequently. I probably don't clean it off as fast as I should. Now my hands get messy. And if you get one of these from me, you're free to do whatever you want with it, except for sell it. You can try doing your own. You can study it. You can cut it up and make ATCs or junk journals or whatever you want out of them. They're yours to do whatever. They're just a painted envelope. And really, the envelope is the art. I might put a little something in there. I have been putting copies of those black and white not gingerbread houses, painted lady Victorian houses where they say your turn. So I feel pretty free to copy those and send them out, but not the colored ones. And it's just a painted envelope, but it's fun to do them. It's fun to send them out. And if I don't load this envelope down, it only, I can send this as a first class letter rate. I have to pay a little bit more, but it isn't as expensive as sending it as it's not as expensive as sending it as a package. Which I appreciate. So Rhonda and who did I do this for? I forgot. Oh, Suzanne. This is the one I did for Suzanne. These will not go out until tomorrow because I need to varnish them. I do varnish them to keep the white paint from chipping off. I sent one painted envelope to Aunt Beck, and I didn't varnish it. I was just learning. And the paint chipped off for her in her mailbox. So I've learned if I varnish them, there's little or no chipping. So you're free to cut it up, whatever you want to do with it. And I'm just kind of doing a Christmas theme now. I don't know if I'll keep doing these. I don't know. Probably won't do Christmas trees after Christmas. Might have to find another theme. There we go. Now I think all I have to do is put in the snow. Let it snow. Oh, and the red berries. We put red berries on the trees. And then tomorrow I'll do the address side. And probably varnish it so I can send them out when I do my postcards. And I'll paint another one tomorrow. I don't like to do too many of them in one day because I think it gets a little boring for you to watch. I'm thinking that I want to go work in my jam journal. I want to do a little in my, what time is it? 6:15. We still have time. We've got about an hour, a little over an hour. I want to do some work in my December journal. I want to get that going. They're just letting it snow here. Let it snow. Rhonda's getting snow on her envelope. Mitzi, was it? No, it wasn't Mitzi. It was Lisbeth. Chose me for one of Dee Dee's drawings, and I chose a reindeer. And I said that was Monday. She was drawing pet portraits or, animals. And she just does light sketches when she does them for people. But she does beautiful work. And she said, what do you want? I want a reindeer, but splatter it with gold, please. So she said, okay, Mary, I'll give you gold snow. So I got gold snow. I can't wait to get that. Show it to you guys. All right, let's kind of clean the nozzle off here a little. Put it back on if I can. That's the hardest part for me, is getting this on again. Come on, get in there. There we go. Now let's put some red berries on it. And tomorrow we'll do the address side. Figure out how I want this to go. Red berries. Let's do some red berries on this tree. There we go. We'll let that dry. Woohoo! That was fun. This one's for Rhonda. The other side's not done yet. It's just plain. We'll put it aside and let it dry. And let's move on. I want to paint these two. I got two unpainted postcards yet here. Let's do some red and gold. And I might heat them with the heat gun, dry them with the heat gun so I can do the glitter on them too. Let's do the red first. Yeah. Two left to do here. I'll tell you, by the time you've done 80 or 90 of these, you kind of have it down. You're not perfect, but you got the process down by the time you've done a whole stack of them. Yeah. Let's get that paint off of there. A little bit more. And you know what? Well, no, I'm not gonna. I'm thinking about the stamp. I was going to smear red paint on it, but I think Rhonda sent me some stamps that I think might work as background for the postcard stamp, for the real stamp. Let's put some gold on there. A little drop of gold. Drop of gold there. It's got a gunk on it. There we go. Just a little. Where am I going to put this? Oh. Come on, Mary. Oh, here's a dictionary page. We'll just smear it on this. I had it out for... Oh, I should have smeared it on that. I don't know what I did with my wipe-off sheet. Oh, well, that was it. Now, let's hit this with the heat gun. When I mess up like that, get a little, I don't know if you guys can see it, but I got a little smear on it. I take my little brush and just go in and paint it out. Doesn't hurt it. And you just kind of clean it up. All right, now I want to put some extreme glitter on it. That's not dry. That's I might have to set them aside to dry. Let's put some glitter on it and set it aside. This is Extreme Glitter by Folk Art. I got this at Walmart. You just brush it on there and it'll dry clear. It goes on opaque and dries clear. And we'll let this dry and then I'll come back and put the decorative part on it. What I did with I got a wipe off sheet here. Let's just kind of get rid of some of this on here. It really doesn't take much to do these. Much paint, I mean. And this dries clear, so you don't have to worry about it going out of the lines or anything, because I'll be coming back in. Let's get what's on my brush off. There we go. Okie dokie. We'll just set these aside and let them dry. And I want to do a couple pages in my, let's close that up, Mary. Let me reach over here and get over behind me. I'm working in my December art journal. Let me set this aside. And all you see is black. All you see is black. It's because I got everything in here. Yeah. There. I got Christmas cards, but I'm putting these houses. I'm putting these houses in my signatures. That's what I'm doing. And then I'm thinking about putting some of those ornaments on here. But I'll do all the houses first. Let me zoom out another one. There we go. So I think I did this signature yesterday, and then I leave room for, let me get it. Yeah, come on. I leave room for a postcard, like this is for the 13th. That's for last Friday, to fit in there like that. And I'll probably decorate a bobby pin or something to hold them in there. These are going to fall in my way. Let me set them across here. So I think I have this signature done. This goes like this, Mary. Yeah. So day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think I'm going to edge these in gold. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Should be 16. I count this one as 16. So there should be another 16 here. And I'm using these as these houses. Okay, so I need some waxed paper to glue on. What are y'all talking about? I'm here in my own world. What are y'all chatting about? Let's see. Bop. Ah, thank you, Linda. Aren't those neat houses? Let's see. I saved the link to that in my Firefox browser, I think. Let me get it out here to that book. No, it must have been in my Chrome browser. Was it in the Firefox or the Chrome? Let me look in the Chrome browser because I saved the link to it. Well, I thought I saved it. Must have went over it. Let's look at my history. Here it is. This is the book here, How to Create Your Own Painted Lady. And it is by Elizabeth Pomada and Michael Larson. That's the book. You can get it at Amazon. You can get it at several used bookstores. Come on. Yeah. Let's just get rid of that. It's not going any more than that, but that's the book right there. How to Create Your Own Painted Lady. Get my other browser up here so I can see what I'm doing. There you go. And it has about, well, a 28 to 30. And then it also has some black and white ones. And what they did was they have about 5 or 6 different painted lady houses here, and they assigned it to different designers to do up those houses. So each one of these houses here, like there's designers. So you'll see the same 5 or 6 houses, but done by different designers in there. So that was really fun. And then they have a section at the back where it's like a color book page that you can do your own. So, and I got that book at the library sale or Goodwill or someplace. Let's go back into chat. Hi, Mina. Welcome, welcome. She says, I just got up. I've been watching and lurking from my cave of quilts for the past hour. It's another cold morning. Good morning, Mina. Go get you some coffee or something warm in your tummy. Let's see. Hi, Teresa. Good morning, Teresa. Hi, Ray. Good morning, Ray. Good morning, good morning. Ray says she's popping in for a short bit, trying to get rid of a terrible cold. Oh, Ray, take care of that cold. I don't like those winter colds. Hi, Carla. Thank you very much for the thumbs ups. Rhonda had to leave. Thank you, Carla. Do I have your address, Carla? Do I have your address? Let me go check. If I don't have your address, I want it. Let me see if I've got it in my address list here. I can't remember sometimes. I'm checking. I do. I got it. So you'll get one of those postcards. You'll get a postcard. I'm sending to as many people as I can. And starting with the people who come to my streams and sent me happy mail, who have really, oops, I don't want to do that, who have really supported me in the last year. And then I've got some older, some that I probably won't send to because, you know, I don't want to spam them with Christmas cards, but some that I probably will too. Hi, Barb. Welcome, Barb. Welcome, welcome. Good morning, good morning. Who else is I miss saying good morning to? Carla, Barb, Rhonda had to leave, Arlene. Oh, thank you, Arlene. She said, my caregiver loved the envelope that you sent. Thank you. Linda, when I got sick, I developed a wheat allergy. I've been learning to cook with oats. Oats will fill you up. Linda said, I tried to bake cinnamon rolls last week. Man, they were concrete. You know, Linda, that's what happens to my pie crust. I used to make the best pie crust. And lately my pie crust is just like cardboard. And I think it's that I'm using real butter instead of Crisco. I'm going to go buy some Crisco. I don't care how expensive it is. I'm going to go back to using Crisco for my fried egg and a sandwich with ham and a smoothie. Ooh, that sounds so good. And now I'm buffering again. Let's get rid of my notifications. We don't need those. Okay, so let me put the rest of these houses in. I ended up with a house on, where? These are the blank ones. I gotta figure out, I ended up with a house here. So this side will be blank again. So I'm only putting houses on one side of the page, and then the other side of the page will be decorating. Well, I'm going to decorate the houses too, but and I'm leaving a spot here as a tuck spot. So let's get these done. So I just turn it over this way, and I'm learning that this is the side I want to glue. This is the mansard home. I feel brick should be brick, but I didn't want the red to be too dominant. I don't see any brick on here. I guess she's talking about the... So I kept the design light and lively with reds, golds, and creams. Well, her red must have printed off a tan color on this. So she said reds, golds, and creams. I don't see much red on here. I also toyed with the idea of using lavender as the fourth color instead of blue-green and a pale gold instead of the bright gold. Yeah, she doesn't list red. She talks about red up here, but she doesn't list red as one of the 6 colors here that I see. Oh, well, it's all good. So I'm just putting this in with the glue stick, and that seems to be working pretty good. Thank Holly for the glue stick. That seems to be working pretty good. They seem to be sticking down. Heart, she sent me a pack of glue sticks, and I'm still on the first package. She sent me a box of them that had 6 packages of 2 to a package. So I've got plenty of glue sticks. And see, my tuck spot will be in here, which is fine. We'll just flip to the next one. This shouldn't take me too long. I'd like to work in the jam journal this morning too. Let's put that there for now. And let's do this one. Right in here. Now on this one, I kind of have to leave it in there. put it right in. I'm done with this now. Keep my pages aligned here. Right in there. And I'm not going to trim the edges of these. It's got a little overlap here, but I'm going to leave it because I'm going to put this in my journal cover that I'm painting. So the next one is this one. I'm trying to put shorter ones between the taller ones here. Weight it down. Oops, that's a lot of glue there. I'm going to move that over just a little. And my tuck spot, where's my tuck spots? Over on this side, I guess. But that's okay. And then let's flip the page. Oh, I'm going to wrinkle them up. This page, this one's a little short. This page, I wonder if this page is longer. Let's switch them out. Put my houses, what's left in here. In here. I had a short page, and I think it was that one that I was using. Yeah, that's better. And so I'm going to do this house here. Now I'm going to glue down the tower, I think, and I have to fussy cut my tower here. I didn't fussy cut it because I didn't want it to bend. And I still might not get it fussy cut really good. I might have to come in with a marker, but we'll try. Gets a little fussy up there at the top on those towers. There. That's a little better. Okay, I'm going to glue the tower down. This is the embellished Queen Anne house. And these glue sticks seem to be gluing them in pretty good. I hope they hold up over the years. We'll see. We will see. Whoops. We're on the back side of the signature. We're going in for the end. I'm going to fold my paper. It's a little gummy. It gets a little gummy. Let's see. I'd like a shorter one, I think. Let's do this one. And I'll do this one toward the end. How many do I have left? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Let's do another cottage style. I don't know. I'll put it that way and see what I have left. And this is the stately Queen Anne. I have a hard time seeing this shorter house being a Queen Anne, but I guess it's a stately one. It's not quite as big. It's more of a cottage style. I have trouble seeing that being a Queen Anne. But I don't know that much about architecture. It's called Queen Anne, stately Queen Anne. And I got my flap. Where I put the flap over here again. Well, I guess that's where it's going to be. One, two, three. So we're going to do another one of these. I'm such a good gluer here. I just need a little flap to tuck my postcard in. My wax paper's getting gunky. And my page floats away on me. It'll fit in there. Let's get out a fresh piece. It's driving me nuts. And then I think I'm going to do another one of these. One. Well, no. I think I'll do this one and then this one. And I'll have 2 left. I'll do this one. That's so good. This is the mansard home. See, I have enough room up there to decorate if I want. I'm going to put a postcard in there. And then my last one will be this pink one, which I think is rather pretty, but I need to clean it up a little. Right in here. I'm just going to cut it. There. Just clean this up a little along the roof line. Fussy cutting. I'll clean that tower up a little without snipping it off. There we go. Clean this. I think I'm going to snip this one off. There. Clean this one up a little. Okay, so the tower is going to get glued down. Probably after this, I'll probably use up this glue stick on these houses. Getting pretty much down there now. Oops, yep. I'll have to get that stuff out. That's my last house. So. Ooh. Stick in there. There we go. That didn't take too long, did it? Now, it'll go in my art journal like this. Like this. Be 2 signatures. I'll put something there. And then I'll open it up and start putting my postcards. Start with day 1 over here. So day 1 will go in here. And then this is day 2. It'll go here. And I think I'll start putting a, let's work on this. Just a little. Where's it at here? And white pen. I know what I did with that chocolate pencil here. I already lost it. So this has to have a pocket of some sort in order for these to stay in. Like I got a pocket here. I could clip them on with a bobby pin though too. I'll have to put bobby pin on my list today. When I go to Walmart or Walgreens or whatever, maybe I can get some bobby pins. But I think I'm going to put a ornament in here just to kind of do that. I need to sharpen these pencils. Let's put one in there. Bobby pin. And you get these bobby pins, and if you don't like how they curve up, you know, they put that little curve there, you can take your plier and just get a hold of it and bend it down a little. There. And come on. Open up. I can put the bobby pin. I might put some decorative on there the other day. Like, I think it was Violet who sent me these buttons. She said they were just junk buttons, I think it was Violet who sent me these. And I put them on the end of my bobby pin. Let's put this one on there. Yeah, come on, don't do that to me. There, just like that. I'm going to take this one and it will, once I bind it in there, in my journal, it will stay pretty good. I'm going to put this other postcard over here. Let's let Santa Claus show a little. Like he's going down the chimney. There we go. I might decorate those bobby pins up a little. And let's take a little metallic. And a little, what did I do? Did I put my towel? Grab my towel here. Let's just paint my ornament here, get it started. I'll do these off camera too, but I'm just showing you where I'm going with this. And around ornament. And then I'll be putting Happy Mail in here and stamping. I'll probably work on these more after I get my postcards sent out. It's all those postcards. Let's put just a teeny bit of red on there. I probably won't put a tassel on it. I'll probably just do the let's try that. And that's good enough. Just put a little glitter on it. Yay! And I think I can even dry this with my heat gun. Let's try it. Little tacky. I don't know if you can see the shine, but it's shining. And then I'm going to take my fine liner. I'll put gold around wreaths. And I don't know if I can find them or not. If I go to Hobby Lobby, I might. But I wasn't planning on going up that way today. Let's decorate this. I did this all day yesterday on those postcards. You think I'd have it down? I told Lucia I'd do some of her watercolor in here too. Her Paul Rubens, she sent me a whole set of Paul Rubens watercolors. And I don't know if I want to do it because I like to put this glitter on that. I don't know if I want to put that glitter over the watercolor. Mary's talking to herself. So I might have lied to Lucia. Oh no. A little hanger in there. Put some decorative elements on here. And this is what I have to let dry. Oops. And then I come around with little dots around. And there we go. And then I have my ATC. Now put that up there. Put the ATC down here. Little patch of gold there. I was going to do a stamp there. Let's see. I also have, if I don't spill them, deal with them. I cut the Christmas cards. I cut the words off, like wishing you and yours a wonderful holiday season. And Christmas, I like this one, Christmas blessings. So it doesn't quite fit. So I'll have to use that on something else. Let's use another one. Warmest greetings and good wishes for the holiday. That one might fit. Yeah, they're here someplace. Let's put that one there because it fits. And I'm going to put that there and that there and that there. And then I'll decorate that with gold. And I thought I had some tape out here. So that's my plan, but I don't quite have everything here to work on. So I'm going to quit on this page and work on my gem journal. I did enough in this for today. I'll come back to this. I'm going to save those out though. Let's put these away. And I'll have to let that dry before I close it up. So let's put this on top before it gets messy. Just like that. And I'll set this aside and let it dry. Let's work on my gem journal. Oh, there's another one. That's how I lose them. Let's work on the jam journal. What did I do with my jam journal? I have to stay. I am way behind in this. What time is it? And what are you guys talking about? I'm off in my own world again today. Carla, this journal is cool. Thank you, Carla. Santa says, thanks, Suzanne. Mom has been in a wheelchair like 8 years now because of back problems. Oh, I'm so sorry, Santa. Where's my chat? Oh, my chat isn't moving. Let's move it back this way. Hi, Mary, too. Good morning. Suzanne, I'm so sorry. It says, I'm so sorry. That will be, unfortunately, be my lot. I won't have more surgery. My heart goes out to you guys who suffer like that. My heart just goes out to you. I wish I had a Christmas wand. I would just wave it all over the world. Heal all that. Heal all of that. Unfortunately, I don't have a Christmas wand, but I have my thoughts and prayers just in time for, I have to turn it to see which end of the sentence. Oh, the jam journal. Yes, you are. It's a little after 7. I probably won't get a lot done in this because this is Wednesday and Dee Dee will be coming on at 7:30 my time. And Beck will be on at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, 2 p.m. Central Time. I'll probably run to do my errands this morning so I can get home for Aunt Beck's. Hi, Jersey. Hi, Laura. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you. Let's see, what else did I miss while I was talking? There's talking to Santa. My mom is a fighter, Santa says, but I'm not sure she'll walk again. Well, we'll see. She has all our prayers, Santa. Suzanne says, I know her pain well. Isn't that painted pink lady really cool? I love those Victorian houses. Hi, Ruth. Good morning, Ruth. Anna's in the house. Mina's here. Anne says, I use the old Wesson oil recipe. Oh, she's talking about pie crust, right? 1/2 cup of oil, 1/4 cup of milk, a pinch of salt, 2 cups of flours. You have to roll the dough out between 2 pieces of wax paper. I'll try that, Anne. I don't have Wesson oil. No, we didn't buy Wesson. We buy the cheap Surefine kind, the store brand. Is it Surefine? Yeah, it's Surefine. They had Best Choice. I don't know if you're familiar with those brands. They're store brands. They're IGA brands. I think they're IGA. I could be wrong there too. Wesson oil. 1/2 cup of oil, 1/4 cup of milk. See, I was putting water in mine. You put milk in yours. A pinch of salt, 2 cups of flour. You have to roll out the dough between 2 pieces of wax paper. Yeah, I do that. Hi, Mina. Linda's here or was here. Yes, you did, Suzanne. Here, let me get it. This is the back of your envelope. I hope you like it. I hope you like it. I hope you like it. And then this is the other side. And then I started one for Rhonda, because Rhonda sent me a big box of Happy Mail, so at least I can say thank you with a little envelope. This one goes to Rhonda, and I used your Prussian blue on here. You see the blue when the light kind of shines on it. It's a deep, dark blue. And I'm just going to keep painting envelopes with that blue and share your Prussian blue with other people, if you don't mind. If you don't mind, I'll paint as many as I can by Christmas, the holiday season. Oh, you know what else I wanted to do? Let's do that real quick. I have this Christmas puzzle. What did I do with my... I wonder if it's out. I wanted to start gluing some of these puzzle pieces. This won't take too long. I want to put these in my journal. This is a Christmas stamp puzzle, and it's put together. Let's take a couple of these off. Maybe about 3 of them. We'll see how many I get out here. Here. Oh, this one's coming. Well, it's all coming off now. My brother says you're breaking it now. Uh-oh. I wanted this here. Maybe I can get this guy out without. No, he has to have this piece. I was after this one. All right, we'll just leave the rest there for now. And I want to glue these down, maybe just on squares of paper. Maybe that red paper that Holly sent me. Do I have that close by? What did I do with that, Holly? Is it here? No. What did I do with my package of red paper? I think I took it across the room. I'm looking. Hold the phone. Mm-hmm. I'm looking for my red paper. I might have put it in one of these boxes to keep it. No, that's not fair. Let's just grab a sheet of this black because it's nice and strong. Mary's talking to herself. You can listen in. This black paper that I use for my journal is a very stiff paper. I may not get to my over. No, I just bumped him. And I think I'll just use an Elmer's glue. The big bottle. And this is a nice stiff paper. And what I want to do is I want them on a backing so that they won't fall off. And I might just trace around with gold. So that's what, about about 6 inches. Cut it off at 6. Of course, this one is crazy. That should be enough. I'll make it enough. I'm going to put those puzzle pieces in my Christmas journal, just for the fun of it. They're Christmas post stamps. I suppose this I can cut off at about there. Maybe a little bit more. I'm just eyeballing it. I'm just eyeballing it. Cut that on about to here. And this one, I'll cut right about in there. And see, I want a backing on it. That's what I'm going with this. I want a backing. Right about there. Find it. I'm buffering like crazy. Come on, what are you doing, Mary? Live chat. As you wish, Mary, Suzanne says. Santa says, I make my ATCs for my stash now when I have time. That's a good idea, Santa. Just make up a bunch of them. That's a good idea. Let's see, I'm doing this one. And we'll cut it about here. Save the little pieces. You never know. See, and this will kind of blend into the page too, I think. The back of the page. All right, I did 2 on here, so this way and this way. Cut it right about there. All righty. Now let's just glue them down. I'm just going to use Elmer's glue. If I can get it to going. I haven't used it for a while. Oh, it came right out. Yeah, let's see how that glues down. Yeah, let's just put it down there. There. And it'll go this way. It says 1963 on those stamps. Christmas stamps. I'm not zoomed in too far. Let's zoom in a little. Let's do the other one. There we go. Got this puzzle probably at the thrift store. Most likely Goodwill or the other thrift store I like to go. I like to go to that Catholic thrift store there. They're nice and clean. I appreciate a clean thrift store. It keeps things picked up and I don't like going into a thrift store where everything's all over the floor and all of that. Oops. Well, if you do that, Mary, you're going to have to keep the puzzle pieces together. Okay. Right there. I think I'll outline it in gold, though. Get my gold pen out. It doesn't have to be gold. I've got other colors, too. This one is a Christmas 8-cent stamp. I'm not going to try to cut around it. Nope, 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 nope. I'm not going to make it that hard. But I did put the link to the 25 Days of Christmas Facebook group in the description box below. If you want to join that. I don't put the prompts out on here because I'm not comfortable doing that without permission. I'd rather put a link to their group. And if you talk to Mark Muir, he could probably get you the prompts, or I don't know, he might have them on your page, on his channel. Art Exploration, Mark Muir, M-U-I-R. And let's do this one as a Santa Claus one. Little bulk to my journal, but my journal can take it. It's not quite as thick this month because I don't have as many pages in my signature. I usually have close to 100 pages. I just made the pages for the days of the month because it's a December daily. There we go. Now, let's get this gold pen. No, I wanted to try. What did I do with it? Of course, if I want it. Here, I got this one the other day. I think I got it at Walmart. Let's try this. I either got it at Walmart or Hobby Lobby because those are the only two places I ever go. And it's really, it doesn't have a bead in it, so it's a Marvy pen. I like those Marvies quite a bit. It's hard to get the wrapper off, though. There we go. Let's try it on. Let's try it on a piece of scrap. Boy, it's on there tight. It always has to be. It has to be primed. Ooh, that's pretty. Let's go ahead and border this. Oh, that'll look nice in my art journal. That'll look nice in my December daily. Oops. Kind of want to keep that a thick line, but that's okay too. Doesn't have to be perfect. Ooh, you might need ventilation to use it. I'm not sure where I got this. I don't know if I got it at Walmart or Hobby Lobby. Here's one. to, what time is it? 7:28. I just have enough time to finish this. Dee Dee comes on in 2 minutes. She's probably already on saying good morning to everybody. Dee Dee Willingham. You don't want to miss her streams. I don't know what she's doing today, but I try to catch her at least once a week, but this month has been really hard for me because I've been running. So these will go in my December daily. They're Christmas. It's a puzzle. It's going to have a lot of missing pieces. There we go. So let's get this stuff out here for my thumbnail. I did that. And put these down over here. And I got my houses out here. I finished doing my houses. What else did I do this morning? I did not work in my gym journal. Mary, I painted. Here's my postcard. I carved that yesterday, and I worked on I outlined my postcards here. I worked on those this morning. Let's just take one and put it up here. I worked on those. And I worked on Suzanne's envelope. Let's zoom out again. I worked on Suzanne's envelope and one for Rhonda. This is Rhonda's. I worked on that. I'm not going to have room for everything. And I worked on Suzanne's. That's what I did today. That is what I did today. Whee! That was a lot. So thank you all for coming, keeping me company this morning. I'll probably be streaming again tomorrow morning. Hi, Holly Dalton. Hi, Violet. Jersey. These puzzle pieces were fun to do. I'm going to do more of them. They'll fit in my journal really nice. I'll probably have to tape them in, though. Hi, Hudson Sailor. Thank you. Thank you for coming. You'll have to watch the first part later. Okay. Good morning, Holly. And Fibbercy says, Mary, I love the puzzle idea. It represents autism well. I'll have to talk to you about that because how does that represent autism? I don't know much about autism. Mina has to go. Bye, Mina. Thanks for coming, Santa. Your mother's in some prayers. Okay, I think I got up. Mary, too. I'll be sending out your envelope here, too. And Jersey's in the house. All right, and Carla. Good morning, everybody. Have a great day. Get ready for Christmas. Christmas is 1 week away. 1 week away. Bye, everybody. Have a great day. Go watch Dee Dee.